Blessings, fam. Welcome to my channel. Boy, if only you knew what it took to bring this video to you today. So, I want to come and I want to talk to you guys about my journey, my recent journey. Yeah. So let's get into it. So recently, your girl has been doing some work, some inner work. And we're going to talk about it all. Oh yeah, it's going down in the Reese So Real room. Like, we about to get real, y'all. You ready? I'm ready. So today I have with me my madamezenobeah's wound wellness tea. And so I'll be sipping on that. Look that up. It's an incredible tea that is for the nurturing and warming of our wound women. You know, we have to make sure when we're seeking children that we are nurturing ourselves, because our children choose us. We don't choose our children. So I am trying to do what I can to repair myself spiritually, emotionally, physically. Yeah, all that. You know your girl gonna come to you and she gonna keep it real. So that's what today is gonna be all about. And I'm ready. I'm excited. Like, brush off whatever I couldn't bring to you this morning, because yeah, we had some other videos. But unfortunately, the storage of my phone was horrible and I didn't know how to get to it. So I discovered something new today. And I'm very happy for that. Every day that we could discover something new, whether it be about ourselves or our technology, is very good. So I also have burning in my home my sage, and just creating a very welcoming and inviting energy to my home as I come and I talk to you guys about just that. Healing. Today's topic is healing. So as you guys know, I come and I do these vlogs, these journal sessions, not just for you guys, but so I can go back and I can look myself and reflect. But it is to be able to reach to somebody that may be out there watching me, thinking and feeling, you know, hey, I go through this alone. I'm by myself. I don't have anybody to talk to. Nobody relates to me. Nobody goes through this. Sorry to tell you, your girl does. You know, I might not go through the exact same thing that you may go through, but hopefully from what I share with you, you'll understand that you don't walk this road alone. None of us do. We're all connected. That's just like when I come to you and I say, hey, family. We are all family. Really, we are. I am related to you and you are related to me. No matter whether you're white, black, blue, or green, we are related because we all take in the same life force energy. Some call it prana. There are probably 1,001 other names for it. But we're all breathing and exhaling the same air, no matter where you live at in this universe. You are breathing in the same air and you're exhaling. And I'm breathing in the same air and I'm exhaling. So let us not forget that, because we know that we hear this, we're related by 10 degrees this way, 10 degrees that way. No, it's deeper than that, love. We just have never met. So I've been on an enlightenment journey for a long time, and I'm learning that there are many different stages to this journey. The names of them, I don't know. I could care less, to tell you the truth. My thing is always to better myself, to reach elevation, and once I feel like I've reached a certain level, seek and search for some more. Never stop learning. That's the one gift and the one lesson that my grandfather, Clarence Earl Abbey Sr., taught to me as a young child. He always told me, he says, never stop seeking the truth. And at that time, he was speaking to me from a place of religion, a lot of. But when you learn lessons in life, you learn that you can also apply them to different areas of life. So I apply that to me in general. Never stop seeking a deeper me, a more elevated me. Never stop seeking the truth, whether it be within me or outside of me. And that's where we're at. So let's go ahead and get into recent events. Recently, I decided to seek out a guide, a spiritual teacher, healer, someone that can help me along this journey, because a lot of times we try to do so much on our own and we get overwhelmed and then we park it or we don't move forward with it. And I'm one of those people. Tedious things annoy me. If it becomes too complex and it starts hurting my head, if I start getting a headache, I'm going to run from it. I'm going to shut down. I'm going to stop talking about it. I'm going to stop dealing with it. And that's not good. That's not healthy. That's where a lot of things get rooted and implanted in our DNA, and we carry with us, and it gets passed on to generations and generations. It gets taken out on people that we don't mean to take some of the things that we take out on, but it's because we're holding so much in and we don't know how to release those things. So I had been already doing work on my own, but I felt it was time, and I've felt this for so long, but haven't had anyone to embrace me and to walk this journey with me. So I know you guys heard me talk recently about going through an online program with Alchemia Earth. Wonderful sister, very enlightened, blessed. Definitely gained some knowledge and some viewpoints that I didn't have before from watching her and being involved in her online sessions. But something just came upon me, and I came upon a very good gifted brother. Name is Darius. I'll post first and last names in the comments below, because I don't have that available right now. I know it, but I don't know it. So Darius came to me not by accident, not by coincidence. I definitely believe in divine intervention. I found him actually on Thumbtack, and I don't do nothing on Thumbtack, tell you the truth. The only time I had been on Thumbtack previous to this was to seek out a dog sitter. And I didn't even utilize one off of there once I found one. I was just like, okay, deleted the app, never went back. But something, I was like, you know what? I felt like entertaining myself on this one given day. I was like, you know what? I'm going to go on in here and I'm just going to see what they got. And I started laughing at myself, because I said, there can't possibly be nobody up in here that I would really feel could, do anything, or that's real. Because you get a lot of fraudulent people, imposters. And so I went in there, and if you guys know anything about me thus far, I follow my energy. It's something we all have the ability to do. It is a gift to us. And once you know how to tap into that, it definitely can work very well for you. Some of us call it the gut feeling, intuition, third eye. There's a lot of names for, when you're dealing with your energy and your intuition and following your energy, being drawn to energy, being repelled away from energy. Those all work hand in hand together. So I've always had that gift, but life issues, life struggles, trauma from my past, trauma from childhood, they stifled my ability to be able to tap into that intuition, tap into that reading of energy. Um, but being able to start to refocus myself and work on my inner healing has kind of opened up those channels again. And so I was on Thumbtack and I'm going down the page and I'm laughing at different profiles and I'm like, oh no, nope. Why am I even on here? Like, really? Seriously? I can't even believe you're on here right now. You're not going to find anything. But some just kept on saying, keep going, keep playing with it, or keep, just keep at it. It's okay, just keep going. And so I did, and I came across Darius's page, which is iamdivine.com. I'll post that link as well. I spelled EYE, am, divine, DIVINE. Yeah, I came across it, and my energy almost sucked into the page. My energy was like, whoa, okay, who is this brother? What is he about? And so I started reading him from the top of his crown on down, like just trying to get a grasp for his aura, who he is. And yes, you can do that, good people. Just like right now you're watching me, and some of you are reading who I am. Y'all trying to figure out, oh, is she real? Is she just talking out the side of her neck? Is, whatever. And you're forming whatever opinion you are of me. And that's okay. I accept it. But yeah, so that's what I was doing to everybody pretty much on, all of their profiles. But his, I was drawn to. So I went into it a little bit further, and I even tried to push it away. Like, oh, no, I'm going to go out and go read some other people's, see if I get a draw to their energy. But I kept coming back. So I read everything, his about, his credentials. I went and seeked him in other areas on the internet and, try to find, who is this person? Who is he? I read the testimonies, the reviews, and great things were being said. A couple of people had their things to say as well. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. But I said, it's something about this brother that I really need to learn from. And so I had already signed up for a program that was a 16-week program with Alchemia Earth. And, I was ready. I was definitely ready to devote because I know I need to do this healing work for me to be able to grow and prosper in other areas of my life. But something was telling me that this brother is who I needed to contact. And I needed to seek his assistance on this journey. So I did. I contacted Alchemia, explained, my situation to the best of my ability because it was a little bit of financially geared as well. Because her program was definitely a big leap. And I was ready to take that big leap because I knew I needed the help. But something on my inside said I needed the help a little bit more closer to me, a little bit more ready and available to me now, and a little bit more hands-on, so to speak. So my inner me was speaking to me and telling me that this brother is where I needed to be. So I reached out to him and he responded back quickly. We spoke and I said, oh yeah, I'm ready. So he offered a 21-day program and I agreed. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what that journey has been like for me as I sip on my tea. We're going to bring you the tea while we sip on some tea. So the beginning of his program starts with Reiki, healing, and chakra energy alignment. Basically just to get you in the right direction of being able to balance yourself, being able to utilize your breath, being able to utilize visualization and sound vibration, which is something we all should become in tune with, because as you've heard me speak before, we're nothing but energy, guys. We're nothing but energy. This physical, as I've learned, it's the lowest vibration. This mind up in here, this third eye, this thing we call understanding, it's a higher vibration. It's a higher energy. It's a higher level of ourselves. But this that you see is the lowest. That's probably why the skin cells die off. Different aspects of our body die and fall off. Hair falls out. It dies off. Okay? So with that being said, the first session was to start to get me to align with myself. And so I'm all ready for this, this journey with him. But I'm going to show you how the mind works. The mind will start to feed you negative scenarios, negative thoughts and images, no matter how ready you think you are. And that's what it began to do. So I headed to the first session and I'm ready, But a little bit on the inside of me was doubting, like, oh gosh, what's going to happen? And a lot of that came because a couple of days beforehand, not an issue, but like a feeling of a hiccup came into the whole plan of our, me and his meeting and setup. And so I was just like, oh, good gracious, did I make the right decision? But as that doubt came into my head, I'm so happy that I also walk with other energy. I walk with the energy of my ancestors. I walk with the energy of my higher being. I walk with the energy of me, my Ori, which is my head, and what the gift that God gave me to walk upon earth with. If you don't know about your Ori, it's taught in the Ifa culture and spirituality. And your Ori was given to you before you descended down here to earth. It is your higher being, in other words, that helps to guide you. So I'm glad that I have all these positive forces surrounding me that were like, keep going. Keep going. Don't be ready to give up. And a lot of that fear and ready to give up extends from areas that are deeply rooted in us that maybe we learned from childhood, trauma from childhood. Ways that we adapted that was not originally ours. Fear is not of us. Okay, God, if you are, whether you read in the Bible, the Quran, or whatever book that you read, it always tells you He did not create in us a spirit of fear. And I don't even know where that spirit came from, because I've always lived by that. I don't walk in fear. People will tell you I'm the one that will go outside in the dark, pitch black, 12, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning by myself and walk like there's nothing to harm me, because I don't walk in fear and I carry faith and know that I am protected. So that fear kept on trying to just land its little self on my shoulder and try to talk to me. And that other voice kept coming saying, no, just keep going. So I went to the session, felt really great, during that first session. After the first session, I could feel the healing and the energy that was involved. But no sooner than I got up, and walked outside to my car, reality came back in and it was like, are you sure you can afford this? Are you sure you can do this? You know, you didn't do no more than what you've already been doing. You've been working on your own chakras, and you've always worked with energy and healing. You know, what can this person do for you? You know, the negativity that comes into our own head. And so I was like, wait a minute, why am I feeling this way? I just had an incredible session. Like, I mean, I felt amazing. So why am I feeling like this? Good thing the mother voices kicked in, was like, that's not what we're going to do. Kick that thought out your head. Keep going. It's okay. And so that kind of brings us to this video and what made me come to you with this video. Well, all of it made me come to you with the, in this video. But the second session is what I was really waiting and prepared for. The second session was a deeper session. So Darius is not only a Reiki healer, he also is a shaman. So he deals with alternative healing through the spiritual world. And I know somebody's about to run. Somebody's about to have something to say. Somebody got scared and spooked a moment ago. I'm so sorry for you. But I'm not sorry for me, because I don't live in fear, and I never have. So I understand there are gifts given to this world by our higher being, whoever that may be for you, whether that's, you call him God, you call him her, you call our spiritual connector Allah, Buddha, Jesus, whoever you choose to refer to that energy by, that is your will. That is your connection to that spiritual energy. And all of us are entitled to our own understanding of who that energy is. I choose to call that energy God. I choose to call that energy. I choose to call that energy a higher being, the supreme being, the creator. And you guys know I don't talk religion, so that's not what this is about. But I do speak on spiritualness, enlightenment, and the things that help us to elevate and grow to our higher beings. Because many of us know, and some of us don't know, this isn't the only life that we live. This probably is not our first rodeo. This definitely isn't going to be our last rodeo. And so therefore, we should always be trying to elevate to our higher selves. Okay? So that was what this was about. When I seeked him out, I wasn't afraid to go an alternative route, to do alternative healing, nor to use alternative medicine. I've always been, as you see, I don't take over the counters. I don't take what the doctors prescribe, because I don't think that they know everything all the time. I do believe that they've been given a gift by our higher being, but sometimes do they always get it right? Or sometimes do all of them always come from a place of truth? Nope. Trust me, I used to work in the medical field. When you got doctors that are being greased or having their palms greased by some of these pharmaceuticals, not all of them are living right. Not all of them have your best interests at hand. So that is what, kind of got me into the place of using alternative healing methods. And so the second session was just that. We were going to go deeper, and we were going to involve some healing alternative medicines, herbs, and the fungi properties, which mushrooms we know come from the fungi kingdom. And so we incorporate that to take us to a higher elevation, so we can get in tune with the subconscious. And when I tell you guys, it was an amazing journey. I was totally coherent of everything at all times. I was not like you hear about some of these people that go off on recreational use of herbs, mushrooms, and things of that nature. I didn't. I went with the understanding and the invitation that it was for healing, for understanding, for knowledge, and to connect me with my deeper internal subconscious self, for it to connect me with my ancestors and give me a higher understanding. And boy, didn't that do it. So with his assistance, and that is basically all he was here to do, because he let me have my journey, and my journey went into many directions, but my journey ultimately at the end gave me more knowledge and understanding of who Reese So Real is. And I'm gonna tell y'all, because most of y'all don't even know my real name. My real name is Clarice Earlene Abbey. Okay? Look me up. Google me. Hey, I don't care. You know, I'm very open. I'm an open book. So that is my real name, but I go by the name of Reese. And the way that Reese So Real came about is because Reese gonna keep it real with you. I don't hold nothing back. I'm an open book. You either read me and like what you read, or you put the book down and say, hey, that's not for me. And either way, it's okay. So it took me on my deeper journey, and he was just there to assist. He didn't necessarily guide that journey, you know, influencing what I should think, or, well, he influenced it with positive reinforcements. He did not, you know, question nothing of my past or say that, you know, that's wrong, or, you know, yeah, the actions that happened, the trauma that happened, they were wrong. And we addressed it. We identified it. We talked about it. I was able to talk and speak with many of my ancestors. Those, you know, like my grandmother and grandfather. You guys have heard me talk about my Ancestor Altar. It holds my grandmother and my grandfather, and it holds my father. And I was able to sit openly. Well, I always sit openly with them, even at the altar, and, you know, let them know how I'm feeling, how things of the past when they were here influenced me, how it hurt me, how it impacted me. So I've always done that. But on this particular occasion, I was able to sit with them. I was able to feel their energy connect with me. I was able to feel them tell me, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And it meant a lot, you know, to hear my dad tell me, because it was times where, you know, while I'm on this journey and I'm seeing these beautiful colors, this beautiful aura around me, I could see the different prisms of light in the realm that I was in. And I can feel the frequency of vibration in the realm that I was in. And so it was times that I can hear my dad's voice so clear. And the message was coming through. And it's times that he was like, baby, if I had it to do all over again, I wouldn't have abused you. It was times that I could hear my grandfather tell me, I'm sorry for not stepping up and protecting you. It's times I can hear my grandmother say to me, I did the best that I could, but I was broken as well. And when you are able to feel that love come to you and to feel that compassion come to you, it helps you to heal on a level that in this realm, without that, I would never have been able to experience, because my ears were closed, my third eye was closed, my understanding just wasn't. I was walking too much in fear, too much in pain, too much of embarrassment. And yeah, so I was able to feel ancestors, mostly feminine energy. The only masculine energy that I felt was my dad and my grandfather. But I was able to feel feminine energy from lineage way back. When I tell you, I was feeling grandmothers that I know were from my African roots. And it felt good for them to come and wrap their arms around me and just give me a hug and pray for me. Because I felt at that time while we were sitting during our session, I felt them speak words of encouragement over me, over my family, over my future lineage, like my children, my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren, their children. I can hear my great grandmothers come forth and speak and tell, the negative that was going on. Because I don't believe, some people, let's talk about that a little bit too. Because as I speak on this, somebody has fear and they're always thinking, oh, you guys do this work with these different healers and you're inviting negative and you're inviting the devil. When you know who you walk with, you know that those things don't get allowed. When you know that you are protected by your ancestors, you know that those things are not allowed. Your ancestors are going to stand there at that crossroad and they're going to protect you. They're going to stand there at that door and say, no, this one belongs to us. And this one right here is protected. So you can go back in the direction that you came from, because you will not cross over to do any harm to this one here. And so I felt all of that. Like I said, I felt my grandmother's praying over my family to say, that of alcoholism and drug addiction will not be here anymore. To speak life into me so I can speak life into my future, so I can speak life into my children's future. Because as we've already talked about, I'm working on, cleansing and re-healing my wound, preparing that a child may choose me and my husband to be its mother and father, because we don't choose children. They choose us. Like I chose, obviously, my mother and father. I love them to death. And now with healing beginning, I chose the right path that I was supposed to have been on. I chose what I'm supposed to be doing here right now at this moment, which is helping to heal, guide, and let somebody else know it's okay. It's okay. It's okay you're different. It's okay you believe in other stuff. You don't have to do what society has told you is normal. There is no such thing as normal. If I was supposed to be like you, look like you, then where is the fun in that? If you were supposed to be like me, look like me, nobody would ever be able to tell us apart. We just all walk around like, okay, which one is Clarice? Which one is whoever? So no, we're all supposed to be here and doing exactly what we're supposed to be doing, because we chose that. We chose to go through the roads and the paths that we chose, because as my understanding is coming to be, we sat at some point in time with our ancestors, those that went before us. We sat with the divine creator. We sat with the angels. that were to walk with us along our journey. We sat with all these people and ourselves. And I'm just going to say, we sat at a round table and we discussed coming here to this earth, to this dimension, because there are so many dimensions that are around us that work beside this dimension that we aren't aware of because we haven't reached that level of understanding. We haven't allowed ourselves to be open enough to grasp possibilities of other things being amongst us, you know. And so many people have told us this is what's supposed to be normal, and we followed that. And so therefore we've closed our minds, not realizing that there's more to this world than just us. So we sat at this round table and we chose this path because we said that we could handle it. We sat and we told ourselves and our ancestors and our Heavenly Father, Mother, the universe, the Creator, the energy that is, we told the angels, we told everybody, I can do that. I can take on that. I can do that. And you know, I believe that especially about myself. Because if anybody know anything about me, I'm a little stubborn. I get that from my granddaddy and my grandma. Thank you very much. Which passed it down to my daddy. Which passed it on over to me. I don't know a lot about my mother's side, unfortunately. We're working on that, and hopefully with healing, repairs will be made, and I'll be able to embrace that side and learn more about that side. But yeah, so I'm stubborn. And so I can see me, I can almost see me sitting at that round table like this. Yep, send me. I can do it. Because everything in my life that I've ever put my head to, I've always accomplished. And I've always done. When I went to truck driving school, I spoke it up and manifested for years. Didn't know how I was going to stop smoking weed at the time. Didn't know how I was going to go to truck driving school. I can't pay for that. I can't even clean out my system long enough to go. But I kept speaking it. I kept speaking it. I kept speaking. I used to tell people, I'm going to truck driving school. I'm going to go get my CDLs. I am going to do this. And lo and behold, one day the urge just came upon me. I don't want to smoke no more. I don't want to drink no more. I don't want cigarettes no more. I don't want none of these things anymore. And from that day forth to a whole year later, I abstained from any of those things. Cleaned out my system. And on that, I think it was like a year mark after, I went to truck driving school, got my CDLs. Wow, I manifest that. Now that I think about it years later, I did that. When people told my dad years ago, oh, she not going to go back to school. She not going to finish high school. She not going to graduate. My daddy told me that. And I said, really? Is that what they think about me? Okay. I'll show them. I'm from the show me state. No, I'm from Michigan for real. But I'm from the show me state. You don't talk negative over my life and think you're going to get away with it. You're not going to speak ill and think I'm not going to do nothing about it. I got you. I went back to school, graduated with honors. Got my GED, but nonetheless, I graduated with honors. Top 5% if you compared it to going to regular school. And I did that. So there's nothing in this world, is my point, that I can't do. And let that be your point too. There's nothing in this world you cannot do. You have to speak it. You have to believe it. And it will manifest to be. So, you know, on this journey, that made me realize and reconnect. It made me be able to talk to my family and my ancestors and let them know what pain and hurt they caused, and what I needed from them. It allowed them to pray over me. It allowed them to pray with me. I felt so amazing. Like, it was times in the journey that I can remember sitting there thinking, oh my God, as I screamed out in my house. Like, I have the recording that was 4 hours, 23 minutes, and 23 seconds. So for you guys that are listening to me, you know numbers mean things as well. So that's not a coincidence that my recording ended, my session ended at 4 hours, 23 minutes, and 23 seconds. Okay? So there were times during this session that I was screaming. I mean, my window was open. So my outside neighbors might have been looking like, oh, we knew she was weird. We knew she was crazy. I don't want to deal with her when she come out that door. She probably got all them demons on her. I don't care what you think. Because if you knew what I've been through, you would know that I was screaming for joy. I was screaming for healing and releasing. I was screaming because I was getting me back. This woman, this queen that sits before you, she was getting herself back in line. So she can be the best person she is or is supposed to be. And so I can complete this journey that I chose to sign up for. So it was times I was literally screaming, like at the top of my lungs, releasing energy. Because that negative energy had to come out. Because like I said, I don't believe in the devil. I stopped believing in that a long time ago. Just like I don't believe in hell. I stopped believing in that a long time ago. Now, if that's what you believe in, peace be unto you. But that's not what I believe in. Now, I do believe that there are negative and positive. Just like everything in this world is a negative and positive, or you got male and female. You got the North Pole, South Pole, positive and energy, positive and negative, you know. Opposites have to attract, male and female. Now, I don't mean to offend anybody. Really, I don't. I promise you I don't. So don't go putting thumbs down because I said what I said. I'm entitled to what I said, just like you're entitled to how you feel or whatever it is that you choose to do in life. But when we speak about negative and positive, you have male and female. Positive and negative attract. You can't put a positive to a positive battery. You have to put a positive to a negative battery. You have to understand that positive and negative along this dimension and in this world have to exist. They have to exist. Now, the reason that they have to exist, I still don't know. And you know, Reese So Real gonna come to me and tell you when she don't know. Now, when I discover it, we may speak upon it if it's meant to be spoke upon. But I don't know why negative and positive has to exist in this world. It just is. So during the session, I could feel the negative pretty much come into the room. But I'm not fearful because, like I said, I've always had my gifts. We all do. It's just knowing how to utilize those gifts and work with those gifts. So when that negative came into the room, I remember telling Darius, I said, you have to open up that window. You have to open up that window. You have to let these negatives free. They have to go. They need to go. And he opened up the window, and when I tell you, calm and peace came into my home, came over me, and it allowed my ancestors to come and surround me. And for us to have this meeting that had to occur. And that's when the healing began, because I was able to talk to my childhood self and ask my childhood self, what happened? What's wrong? What do you need? Why are you hurting? Why are you so pained? And I was able to address each one of the family members that I thought had contribute to that. And it allowed me to allow them to speak. And through that, I believe not only did I have healing, I believe my ancestors that have passed on were able to pass on and now sit in peace. They're able to know that I forgive them, that I don't hold a grudge for anything that they did to me. None of the influence that they caused upon me. I forgive them because this life doesn't come with a manual. We don't get a roadmap as to how things should be. Or basically, we actually do know how our journey is supposed to be. But unfortunately, due to those traumas, those pains, those things, we suppress a lot. And we're going to talk about that too. It's not going to probably be in this session. I'll probably come back to you in the next one and talk about shadow work. Because shadow work is something I ran from. I kept hearing it, started hearing it from Alchemy of Earth. You got to do this shadow work. That's where the true healing is going to come in at. And, getting down to the root of things. Well, I didn't know how that even was going to be. Because, like I told you guys, I don't like tedious things. I don't like anything that makes me have to relive and bring up that pain and those feelings and any type of negativity. But due to the healing session that I had with Darius and being able to free and let some of that energy and those things go and being able to find the forgiveness for my family, which in turn allowed me to find forgiveness for myself. Because it wasn't just the forgiveness for them. I had to find forgiveness for me. I had to forgive myself for allowing these things to fester and be all of my life. I couldn't correct those things as a child because I felt powerless. I felt like the adults over me were bigger than me, and they were. But once I got to the point of being an adult, I had things I had to apologize for. I had to apologize for letting my body be used by men. I had to apologize for allowing myself to be angry. And really, I didn't have to apologize for allowing myself to be angry. I had to accept that it's okay to be angry. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to be depressed at times. But learning to realize, to identify those is where your power lays. When you identify these things, you take back that power. Because I can identify, oh, okay, I'm having a depressed moment. It's okay. It's okay to be depressed. You're human. But let's go on and pick yourself up. Push those shoulders back. Breathe. Take in that positive energy. Identify where that depression is coming from. Let it know it has no power over you. And go, it's okay. Identifying that anger is an emotion that we all have to have. It's not a negative. It's how we use it that can be negative, but it's not negative within itself. But identifying that I'm angry right now. I am mad as hell. And Darius allowed me to have that because it was times I shouted out, I'm angry. I'm mad. I am mad as hell. So why are we mad as hell? I'm mad as hell because the ones that were supposed to protect me didn't. They allowed these things to happen to me. Okay, we identified it. We let them know that you're mad, you're angry, you're hurt. So now are you going to continue to give them the power? No, I'm going to take that power back. Okay, well now forgive yourself that you felt like it was wrong for you to be angry. Forgive yourself that you felt it was wrong for you to be pained and hurt. Forgive yourself. Tell yourself you're sorry, because that's what Darius was telling me. And I was like finding it very hard to even tell myself I'm sorry. It wasn't until after my session that I was able to, as I was driving to my client to go still, work, because I still had to work that day. It wasn't until after that I was able to go, I'm sorry to me. I'm sorry for allowing myself to be unhealthy for so long before I'm ready to become healthy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for being ready to give up on you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for allowing people today to walk all over you and you not speak up because you don't know how to use your voice. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for not taking care of my health. Because when you get to a place of wanting to give up, you can care less about your health. Literally, I take care of my dog's health more than I take care of my own. And how sad can that be? Those things are now behind me. And I'm refocusing because I know within me I have healing powers and healing ability. But I had to apologize to myself and go, I'm sorry. The forgiveness, like they say, guys, is not for the ones that wrong us. It's really for ourselves. Because once you're able to forgive them as well as yourself, then you can begin the real healing. Because we can talk about healing all day long. But until you've taken the actions to forgive yourself and forgive those that you feel did whatever they did to you, you're never going to start on that healing process. It's just not going to be. Because you're going to continue to have blockage. And whether you got to seek somebody out to help you release that blockage, to help you know which direction healing should be in, then that's what you got to go do. Go do it. Stop being afraid. Stop caring what somebody else thinks. I had to get to that place in my own mind as I sat here in my house going through that session. Why do you care what those people on the outside of that door think about you? Why do you care that your neighbor that's only a few feet can hear you and that the walls may be thin and they hear you in here with a shaman and they hear you and they thinking ill stuff? Oh, that's devil worship. It's not. Why do you care? Because were they going through it with you when you couldn't pay your rent? When you look every month like, how is the rent going to get paid? How is the car note going to be made? How are the insurance on the car going to be made? How are you still going to put food in your stomach? How are you going to pay to go to the doctor? Are they there walking with you? Are they there helping you heal at that moment? No, they're still passing judgment on you. They're just doing it differently at that moment. She can't pay her bills. She walking around in the same clothes. Her car about to get repossessed. She now on the bus. They don't care. So why do you care that you're doing for you what you need to do for you? Why? Why do you care? And I'm telling you, after the session occurred and all these things went out my mind and I was able to free those things, those areas of me, I walked out that door triumphantly dancing. Hey, look, and I'm pretty sure the people across the street that was sitting outside, I'm pretty sure they heard a lot. And they probably was wondering, why she so happy? Why is she coming out dancing? Basically praising, because I was outside saying, thank you, God. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for healing. Thank you for allowing me to be receptive to this alternative healing. And that's not the only method. You don't just have to go to a shaman. Like my husband is a babalawo, and I believe totally in him and his healing ability. I believe totally in me and my healing ability. I believe totally that we have healing within ourselves. So if you never go into, anybody, and you're able to deeply go within yourself, whether it's doing the shadow work or whatever, and get to the bottom root of the cause of what's going on, then that blessing was upon you. Me, myself, I knew what I needed to do because my energy was called towards what it needed to have to be able to do the work. Yeah. So I said a lot, guys, and this video is going on an hour. But I just wanted to come and share that with you because that opened up the doors for me to now do my shadow work. And I'm going to come back to you with another video and talk to you a little bit on that because I don't know everything about it just yet. But when I tell you, I believe that door was opened because we did some shadow work today at my Ancestor Altar. And it was amazing. So come on back with me, guys. I hope I didn't run too many people away, nor do I really care. I don't care. Because those that this message is meant for, it will be received with open heart, open mind, understanding, love, peace, light. It's going to be understood. So if that message was for you, thank you. Thank you for being receptive. Thank you for allowing yourself to hear my journey, and hopefully it will help you on your journey. Thank you. Because the one prayer that I always pray and I will continue to pray is, God, please let me be of light, of use to others. Just don't let them misuse me and abuse me. And with that being said, I wish you peace, love, and light along your journey. Until we meet again. O double.